Yo, what is up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the And Off the Bench podcast. I am Daniel Ball, I'll be your host, and I'm joined, as always, by my partner in crime, my brother from another mother, and my sister from another mister, Jim Crawford, Ava Garza. It's going to be a good one, guys. We got Aly Kirkhoff, LSU volleyball star, and Ava Garza's best friend. So, this is going to be interesting. We're starting a little late. We had some practice that we had to deal with. We had some dinner that we had to deal with, but we got it all. But despite
Daniel, I have
all
a theory that I'm going to drop on Aly right now.
No.
The first two episodes we did this week were championship episodes. We had champions. We're just setting her up on the course. LSU volleyball's taking it home this year.
Heck yeah.
Champions
See you in December.
Let's go. I mean, here's the theory, Jim, is she just needs to get her whole team on here. If she gets her whole team on here, that is guaranteed gold.
Yeah,
Hardware comes home when that happens.
I mean, when we had 5 Kentucky, it worked out. So, I mean, at least minimal, I'd have to say get 5. Well, we've already had a journey, so we just 3 more.
Yeah, 3 more. Let's do it. We could do that. 3 is nothing now. But Aly, before we get into this, we got some amazing sponsors. I got to make sure I show them some love. Jesus One Apparel, empowering men, women, and children to follow and embody the message of John 16:33. Jesus won and continues to win each and every day. Chinook Seeds, 8 flavors, mild to wild. Go to your local gas station, convenience store, grocery store. Go to the snack aisle, pick up the best sunflower seeds in the game. And I don't care what y'all say. Baseball season's over, but that's all right. You can have these for a snack. You can have it for a nice, healthy pick-me-up in the middle of the day. If you're someone like me that goes for a walk and you're taking the dog out, throw a handful back. You can mix and match the flavors, find your own palate combo that works best for you. But I'm telling you, the original smokehouse barbecue, cinnamon toast, Parmesan pepper, lemon pepper, you name it, they got a flavor for you. And finally, Old Dominick Distillery. Experience 150 years of tradition in the heart of downtown Memphis. From bourbon to vodka, whiskey to gin, Old Dominick's got you covered. Stop in today for a tour or to pick up your favorite bottle. Go to oldominickdistillery.com and you can pick up your shirts, your hats, your wine bags, your
candles are fire.
Candles. I mean, if you need a gift, they got you covered. And if you want to be the life of the party, bring the best spirits in the game, Old Dominick Distillery. Jim, Ava, the bills have been paid. We can keep the lights on. We can keep doing what we do for another night.
And I'm glad because I've been waiting for you to finish to say we also had Jessica Jones off, so we just need 2 more.
Two more. There we go.
We'll get you there.
Let's go. But the star of today, Aly Kirkhoff. Aly, what's up? How we doing tonight?
Pretty good. Never been better.
We're super. Go ahead. I get to talk to her.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna do a lead in because I wanted to kind of preface this with, this episode could go really long and you guys could just do what you do on a normal basis. But we definitely remember we want to get your story out there. That's first and foremost. But the journey that we take along the way, whatever path we go, that's fine. If it takes 2 hours, it takes 2 hours. But the biggest thing is we're gonna have fun.
Hey, this episode's special because what you don't know today is what me and Ava know. I jumped through hoops for this to happen. I had to write emails, bro. Emails. So
we did. We appreciate that.
I mean, you got to do things the right way, it seems like. And, Ava.
Have I ever done them the right way?
We're trying. We try.
There. That's what's important.
Heck yeah.
Enough of us rambling. Take it over, Ava.
So I get the pleasure of talking to Aly every day, but for people that don't know, Aly's good at all the sports. But the one thing that she doesn't chat about as much is her amazing talent in kickball. So I'm gonna let Aly talk to us a little bit about her history in kickball.
Ava, I did not know you were gonna bring this up. Oh my gosh, throwing me under the bus from the get-go. Okay, so basically where I come from, I went to a private Catholic school and we have a little South Deanery, and the Olympic sport in Southern Indianapolis is kickball. You play from 3rd grade to 8th grade. And that's it. It's the biggest deal. Everybody wants to be on the highest team. You got to win the city championship. All of the teams fight against each other, and nobody really cares about volleyball or basketball, even football. Nope. Everything is focused on kickball. It's like what you do. Everybody in gym class wants to play kickball. Like, we have sanctioned games. We have umpires. It is the biggest deal.
Daniel, we play in the fall and the spring. We're talking Indianapolis 500. We're talking Hoosiers. We're obviously talking the Colts. Like, there is every sport that we know about, and somehow under the radar, we didn't know kickball was where it was at.
It really is. It really is. All of the best athletes come from kickball. City championship teams. I'm a city champion myself.
All the best there. I just want to make sure I heard this correctly. All the best athletes come from kickball, huh?
In Southern Indianapolis, yes, they do.
Hey, if that's the thing, like, it must be like easy living there. Like, if kickball is like the rallying cry for the city, like, I feel like it's a good place to live. Like, people are happy, like they get along with each other. You know?
Daniel, here's what I can tell you right off the top. A game that me and you played from 3rd to 8th grade that I know is better than kickball and ran things in Memphis, Tennessee, wiffle ball all day, every day.
Wiffle ball.
That's a good one too.
If you didn't cut a wiffle ball field in your backyard, I don't want to know you. Well, let's get into this, Aly. Obviously, Indiana, you are proud of that. You're proud of the kickball, but what are the favorite parts of your town?
So where I grew up, and specifically just the community, I wouldn't say it's a small town like what everybody thinks in Indiana, but where I went specifically for my high school, I went to Roncalli. It's a everyone knows everyone kind of situation. So everybody's played sports together growing up. Everybody goes and sees each other at church. They see each other at Target and all the little things. So everybody knows everybody. Everybody's related to everybody. And so it's like one big happy family, definitely. And so I feel like that's been a really big part of my childhood and everything, and just how I like to live my life too. Like, I like to go out in the dining hall and try to talk to as many people I can. Like, if I know people from this team or that team, I really like that, because that's like where I come from, of everybody knows everybody, and you just sit and chat for 20 minutes when you run into each other out in public. So yeah.
Like it.
I mean, so let me ask you this then. Is that a good thing or a bad thing when everyone is that close and everyone knows everything that's going on? Because Betty Sue down the block knows exactly what Emily Lou around the corner is doing on Thursday nights. Like that's a little much, right?
It's definitely good and bad. It has its perks for sure, because everybody's super supportive. So games and stuff, everybody's there. The whole student section's packed. Everybody's mothers, grandmas, cousins, dogs there. Like, everybody's there. But at the same time, everybody knows all the juice on everybody. So it definitely has its pros and cons for sure.
Well, you definitely got to have a closeness. You got to have a support system, and you got your family. You got Mark. You got Teresa. You got Casey. Obviously, you are. Are you the oldest sibling or the youngest?
I'm the youngest. So my sister is 4 years older than me.
Okay. So what was it like growing up with being the youngest? Are y'all fighting a lot? Like, I know boys will be boys, but do girls be girls? Like,
Oh yeah. So she was 4 years older than me. And so I was kind of the little sister who would just never leave her alone. I wanted to be with her friends. I wanted to hang out with her. I wanted to wear her clothes. I wanted to do all of that. And she wanted no part of that. Absolutely no part of that. She's like, I was the little annoying one because I never shut up. But then I feel like we always used to fight. We were always close, but we were never usually getting along. And everything was always a competition. Always. And somehow she always made up new rules, and I always had to lose. But then when COVID hit, because she was a senior in high school when COVID hit, that was kind of when we realized, oh, so she's actually pretty cool. I feel like I should get along with her a little bit more. And then ever since we FaceTime all the time, and we're on the phone a lot. So it's great.
I mean, when you gotta face your enemy every single day for a year, like you will earn a little bit of respect. But you played softball, you played volleyball, and of course basketball. You come from a huge basketball family. What is it like, growing up as a kid in your family with just all the sports at your disposal? And like, when at that point in your career did you focus solely on volleyball, and when did it first like start?
Yeah, so like you said, I come from a basketball family. So my grandpa started coaching high school in that small community. So he was everybody's favorite basketball coach. So he coached there for 30 years, was in the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame. All of my aunts and uncles, all of my cousins, they all played basketball. So I started really young. And then I just picked up sports as we went on, because it was always important for my parents for us to play everything and try everything, because they didn't want the burnout to kick in, or kind of just like I said, they didn't want it to just be, we play basketball in this family. Like, so everything was always open if I wanted to try. So that was great. But I really loved basketball to begin with, and then I just didn't like the running, and I didn't like the people touching me. So then I was like, no, I'm good. But I still played through 8th grade. And then softball, played travel softball and travel volleyball. I think I played travel softball for about 6 years, and then travel volleyball for about 8. But before going into high school, I kind of realized, like, volleyball is my favorite sport. I want to go play in college. I want to go as far as I can go with that. And so I just felt like I was being pulled in so many different directions. And not to say that multi-sport athletes can't do it. It was just something that I kind of wanted to dedicate myself to volleyball at that point. And so I had to give up softball, but I still love softball. I still watch it all the time. So
it all makes sense to me, Aly, because I was at plenty of matches last year watching you volleyball, and your athleticism and your physicality. It all makes sense to me. And we talk about this all the time. Multiple sport athletes. As a matter of fact, Daniel, to not go on a tangent, Tanner Allen put out something today, Daniel, you'll love. He put a tweet out that says, if you're not letting your baseball player play football too, you're doing it wrong.
100%. Some of the greatest ever do it or multi-sport athletes.
I think she said a key part too. It keeps you from getting burned out.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to Indiana basketball and being a Hall of Famer like your grandfather, he's a coach.
Mm-hmm.
What type of passion did he have? Was he more of a Larry Bird passion, or was he more of a Bobby Knight passion?
Oh, brother. Ugh. I wouldn't say he was as intense as Bobby Knight. He wasn't
both
throwing
in the
chairs.
Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame, by the way, along with your grandfather.
Yes.
Good.
So he was definitely like the old school, like he's going to get his point across. He's going to make sure you get it kind of thing. So that's kind of what I grew up on, and that's what I like. Honestly, I like getting yelled at. It sounds weird. Some people don't like that, but it's kind of makes me mad, and I'm like, oh yeah, you think I can't do it? Okay, well, I'm going to show you I can do it 10 times better than you think I can. So he had a little fire under his butt for sure.
I think my daughter responded a lot better to the yelling when I coached her. I've always liked it that way. But Denny, you know what I picture with her grandfather? You've seen these shows and these movies. Like, she said everybody knows everybody, but then he's the coach. Like, everybody definitely knows him, but he's like calling shots. Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, I think he threw a chair on the court too. I do. No, I kid, Aly. Obviously, your family, Texas volleyball fans. Who did you grow up idolizing or watching, or looking to model your game after as you grew up, playing volleyball?
So yeah, we grew up watching Texas volleyball because at the time it was kind of the only thing that was kind of televised. Thankfully, it's definitely building. It's on ESPN and ABC and all of those things. But Longhorn Network
stadiums, I mean.
Oh yeah. But Longhorn Network was kind of the only thing. So I loved Kat McCoy growing up, who played at Texas. And funny story, their assistant coach was Tanya Johnson, who is our head coach now. And I saw her out and about at one of our club tournaments when I was 11. And I told my mom, I was like, I wanted to go up to her and tell her, I'm going to play for you one day. And then here we are, I'm playing for Tanya Johnson. So it's just like those little things of like that's why I think it's so important for volleyball and different sports that are growing to be televised and stuff, because then those little girls can see, oh, it's possible. Like, you can actually get there. I can get there. And this is who I look up to and all those things. So that's why I really try to be that for the little kids. So I think that's really important to me too.
So, obviously growing up, powerhouse program, Roncalli, and winning, excellence, tradition, it all goes hand in hand. But, as you prepare for, playing volleyball at the next level, what's the mindset like as you're transitioning from high school into a college setting?
Well, it was definitely an adjustment. Thankfully, ahead of me at my high school, I played with Emma Halter, who's now the libero at Texas. And we grew up together. Like I said, everybody knows everybody. We were neighbors. So I kind of got to have a lot of conversations with her before I even got to college of how did the transition, do you have tips and all of those things. So it was definitely an adjustment. I was just on the phone with one of my friends who goes to Kansas now, but I was like, it'll feel like they're changing everything you've ever done, but you'll get there eventually. It's normal for there to be an adjustment period and you to be like, I don't know what I'm doing. But you just kind of have to have the mindset of like, make the uncomfortable comfortable and be comfortable being uncomfortable. So you're never going to get better if you just do what you know you're good at or what you know you like. You have to work on the things that you don't want to work on. You have to work on the things that you're not super good at, because then you can really get to the next level.
Do you feel like you were equipped and prepared? Like you go in these powerhouse programs in high school, and like I said, the expectations, there's standard, there's tradition, there's like just grind and grit and hard work and all these things. But did you feel like when you stepped foot at LSU, like you were prepared for SEC play?
I mean, it was definitely, like I said, it was an adjustment, but I think my high school and my club really prepared me to, if not be to the level of play that I needed to be when I walked in the door, just have the mindset that, okay, I'm not there yet, but I have however this long to get there, if that makes sense. So SEC play is a big jump, definitely, but I think kind of just having that growth mindset and every day I'm going to get better, and those little things, it prepares you. By the time you're in SEC play, you've been working on it for 3 months, so just that mindset is really important.
Yeah, you definitely, like, it's something that you may have to transition to, or you may have to like really make a conscious effort of changing who you are as a player when you go into that. So it's definitely can be tough, but it's always helpful when you come from a powerhouse program and those things are already instilled in you. And obviously your grandfather, being the coach that he is, he's throwing chairs on the court. Like you got to get after it. There's no excuses. So
oh, yeah.
I will say you talked about, hometown being small, everybody knowing everybody. And it seems like you guys fall together in packs, because you're going to, you've recently looked across the other side of the court and you have your neighbor who plays in Texas, where you're having to compete against her. What is it like reconnecting and competing with someone that you've shared the court with, as a kid?
It's so awesome. Like, there's another girl I played club with. She plays at Florida. So it's like those little things of a little home away from home. Obviously, Indiana is not the closest to Louisiana, but it's just kind of like, I really value the friends that you can just pick up right where you left off, and it doesn't feel like any time has passed. And at the end of the day, like when we're playing the match, we're competing against each other, and we don't care if, obviously I want her to do well, but we don't care if we hate each other for those 2 hours or so. Like, I want to win, she wants to win, and there's no ifs, ands, buts about it. But then being able to step off the court and be like, hey, you did really well, how you been? Stuff like that.
They definitely weren't friends during, because I was at that Texas LSU. And
definitely not.
There was no friends on either side, I can promise.
No, definitely not. But it's great to catch up with them too, because everybody, like when I go home, I go talk to her and we go get Starbucks or something, and it's like, how was your spring? How was your spring? How was your fall? And stuff like that. And you can kind of bounce ideas off of each other. And I've been struggling with this. Have you ever struggled with this? Do you suggest anything? So obviously we're competitors and we're competing against each other every day, like in the practice gym. Like she's over in Austin, I'm in Baton Rouge, but we're competing against Texas, Kentucky, Florida, like everybody in the country every single day. And so that's great, but the friendship is still there no matter what.
Jim, I don't think you understand. Like I went back to Houston to go watch the game because Texas plays LSU every year at a small school near my house, and they literally almost tackled each other to the ground. Literally, I was like, "Whoa!" Me and her mom, we were just like looking at her. We were like, "Oh, look, there's Aly," and like, boom. I was like, "Oh, okay." She just almost took her out, but it's okay.
Yes.
Hey, Daniel, I got a Texas note for you. You know how everybody hates LSU and Tennessee in baseball because everybody transfers there?
Yeah.
Well, the reason why Texas won is because they got Skinner and Rutherford from Kentucky, and they just load up, and it's not fair. Just want to put that out there.
They're still angry about Johnny Teeler calling her shot.
Yeah, Aly, in 2020, our first volleyball guest was Johnny Teeler, and she came on here 8 games into the season, said Kentucky was going to win their first ever national championship, and she was going to do it against Kentucky or do it against Texas because she was from Texas and they never offered her. Well, you know how it played out, and she called her shot and they did it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Aly, I don't think that we've ever actually talked about volleyball, mostly because everyone knows, but you know better than anyone else, that volleyball is not my forte. So don't laugh at me whenever I start talking to you about your stats.
Okay.
So you played in all 27 matches and logged over 100 sets a season. What did that level of consistency and court time mean to you in terms of building confidence and chemistry with your team?
Yeah, it's definitely huge. I think, I mean, every day you go into practice, you have your whole position group. They're fighting for that spot too. Everybody wants to get on the court. They didn't just come here to be on the team. You know, everybody's fighting every day. So obviously we're cheering each other on and we want each other to get better and all of those things. But at the end of the day, like, we're still competing. But I think something that our team does a really good job at is everybody's still supporting each other. Like, it can get, there's some bickering across the net at practice and stuff like that. It's great. But at the end of the day, we still want the best for each other. We're pushing each other, but we also know that we're pushing each other because we care and we know that they can get there and we know that they can do it, you know? So I'd say, like, the chemistry is great on our team. I think everybody's there for each other no matter what. If you're having a great day, if you're having a bad day, it doesn't matter. So like I said, like, coming into SEC play and just being like, whoa, this is new. It's great to have that chemistry on the court because then you can they can help you along, you know? And so, yeah, that was a big part of our success last year.
Well, your team did a great job at keeping up with pressure because you led the Tigers with 3.24 digs per set. So what goes into maintaining that level of defensive intensity match after match, especially in a conference like the SEC?
Yeah, it's one of those things of, like, if you don't go, you don't know. So if you don't go after the ball, who knows if you could have gotten it up, you know? It's like, oh, that was too far. Oh, well, yeah, you didn't get it up, but you don't know unless you give your all and put your body behind it, you know? So just those things of, can I get one ball tomorrow that I couldn't get today? And then just keep going until all of a sudden you're diving everywhere, getting everything up, you know? But it's definitely like the consistency. I feel like defense is so, and your mind. Like, it's such a mindness thing. Mindful? Well, I don't know the word. Anyways, it's such mental. It's a mental thing. Defense is such a mental thing. Like, if you tell yourself that you can't get it, then you're not. If you don't know if you can get it and you just kind of go hesitantly, you're not going to get it. You know, you just have to be like, okay, they hit me the ball, go. Like, there's one time I tell this joke. I don't know if it's really that funny, but my coach one time was like, Aly, what are you thinking in defense? I said nothing. She was like, I was like, no, for real. I see ball, get ball. Like, I'm just trying to get the ball up. That's the only thing I'm thinking. And she was like, okay, well, maybe think she hit cross last time. And I was like, okay, yeah, I gotcha. But seriously, like, it's such a, if there's stuff going on in your head, then you're not focused on your next move. You just have to feel free and just go.
So next we're going to talk about the Stanford game. You had 2 matches with 20+ digs, but that season high was 26 digs against Stanford. So what do you remember about that performance and what clicked for you that night?
I think so that game, Journey was out. She was injured, and so we were all we had a pep talk before the game. We were like, okay, guys, like, we're doing this for each other, but for Journey too. Like, we all know she wants to be out there. And so it was kind of like have her back, but have everybody else's back too. Like, if again, see ball, get ball, but then I kind of like have a competition within myself and with the other hitter. I'm like, oh, you think you could get a kill on me? So it's like we're having a competition, whether they know it or not, we are, and I'm trying to win every single time. And so I'm like, okay, you got me on that swing. Well, I'm going to get the next 3. Are you serious? So little stuff like that of, again, the mentality, but also just playing for the people next to you and the people who wish they were playing next to you.
Ava, basically, she's having conversations with herself on the court.
Actually, I do. I actually do talk to myself.
If you really watch her during the games, you can kind of see her like going like this. And that was the Texas game was the first time I ever watched her, and TK was like, here she goes, like she's going. And then Aly's like,
don't ask me what I'm saying, but I'm saying a lot.
These athletes,
I can't even shut up when I'm on the court. Yeah.
The athletes on the other team is like, oh man, we gotta go to LSU, and got crazy over there.
Careful. I mean, she wants more TV coverage. Look, she's gonna get caught like these baseball players do, mouthing stuff on camera that they didn't want.
They should mic you up. I think that would be great.
I think they should not. That's what I think. They might be able to hear it. Seriously. But I think we have done a lot of like mental work. So with like our sports therapists and just like more mindfulness coaches, and they're like, if you say it out loud, you start to believe it. And I'm like, okay. So I'm over there like hyping myself up, hyping the person next to me up, looking like a total crazy person because it's not even that loud. But if it works, it works.
So you dropped. Now we're gonna go back to stats. Be proud of me, Aly. Be proud of me. We're talking volleyball today.
Do you know what these mean?
Yes, actually, I did really good.
Hold on, time out, Ava. I'm gonna put you on the spot. What position does she play?
She's a libero.
Okay.
Yes.
Clap for me, Aly. I know you're watching this tomorrow. That's amazing. So, Aly, you dropped 22 aces this season with a season high 4 at Georgia. So how important is serving to your overall game, and do you take a specific approach to putting pressure on opponents from the line?
Yeah, so it's definitely one of those things that it's such a it's going to be different in different situations of how aggressive you're going to be. Like outside of a timeout, you're not going to be as aggressive if you're up 10 points. You know what I mean? So kind of just knowing the situation and knowing of just the situation that we need to get them in. Like you're not looking to get an ace every single time. Sometimes you're looking to get them out of system, or you're just trying to get in somebody's head, or just different stuff like that. So it's not necessarily you're going balls to the walls every single time. It's more of a little game, because sometimes you're just trying to get them on out of system. Sometimes you're trying to get their outside hitter on the floor so they can't get a kill or something like that. So it's definitely a little back and forth game for sure.
So before I let Jim, he's going to talk to you a little bit about motivators on the team. But guys, I was back in Houston, and actually one of the girls, like I was working a volleyball, it was a big season thing, and a girl looked at me and she was like this. She was like, and I was like, okay, like I don't know who you are. And then 2 hours later, she comes back and she's like, do you know Aly Kirkhoff? And I'm like, I do know Aly. And they're like, I've seen you on her Instagram. I'm like, oh, okay.
One of the 2 pictures we have of each other.
One of the 2 pictures, she found it. And so, like, there's been 3 separate occasions, guys, like, where people are like, do you know Aly? They're like, oh, I love her. I watch her all the time. Like, and Aly, did you even know that those people, and there was little girls out there watching you and, like, literally keeping up with your story as you move along?
I had no idea. But like I said, like, I was that little girl who knew all of the players from every school, and I was dreaming to be them, you know? So that's been a big thing for me now, because if I walk out of the locker room and somebody's like, can I get a picture with you? Can I get your autograph or something like that? My answer, if the bus isn't leaving, is always yes, because I want to be able to be somebody that those girls can look up to, because I know how important that would have been for me when I was that little, and when I was trying to just like talk to any of my literal heroes after a game or something like that. So I think that's so awesome. And it was kind of like it kind of took me aback the first time somebody asked me for my autograph, because I was like, me? Why me? And then I was like, wow, that's really cool. Like, I've worked my entire life for this, and that's really cool.
It's not just the little kids, Ava. I'm telling you right now, Emma Grown is my hero. Daniel, fun fact for you. It's Domino's first birthday. You remember her cat that made the appearance on the show?
Old Domino.
But no, you thought I was going to ask you these questions that Ava had laid out. I got a more important question than anything on here. I went back to look at the video while y'all were talking of the Michael Myers thing, because I wanted to see if you got caught or not. And for somebody we've been talking about as athletic, Aly, you got caught pretty easily. You did not survive Michael Myers in y'all's video.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I remember doing this video. I don't remember the outcome or anything, but I can guarantee you, and Ava can for sure quote me on this, I was giggling the entire time.
Oh, for sure.
Look, all I know is Remy went right before you and she escaped, and then you, however, did not. And Daniel, what this is basically their teammate is walking them down with the knife while they run, and they have to put in the code to get in the door before they get, taken care of. And she didn't make it.
Look, I want to interject real quick on something, because this right here, this is the epitome of what sports does for kids. All right. I want to show you this. That right there, you've made that girl's day in life. That is something that she's always going to remember. And so when I see things like this, I got to make a point to tell you thank you, because that's something that not every athlete does. That's something that you don't necessarily have to do. It's something that you do that you may not know this, but it makes a huge difference in kids. So thank you for that.
I enjoy it just as much as they do, truly.
Yeah, no, it's cool the way y'all have it set up after the games.
Me too.
Yeah, after the games, they have it set up, Daniel, where you can come on the court and get autographs and take pictures with all of them and everything. So shout out to LSU volleyball as a whole, because I've been to other schools where that's not the case. So, but to the questions that I was given, who are the biggest motivators on your team?
Wow. I'd say definitely Journey. Journey and Nia for sure, just because their voice and their competitiveness drives the entire gym. It's like they're bickering with people across the net. They're give me the ball again. And just like that kind of attitude is infectious. And so you see one person doing that and you're like, heck yeah, give me the ball. I dare you to serve it to me. Like little stuff like that of just, they really push us to just every single rep. We're in the national championship, and every single rep, it's match point, like stuff like that of just every contact matters. Better the ball for the next person, and just go out, have fun, and well, I won't tell you the kind of words we use, but it's really fiery. I love it.
Daniel has the words on cue. How's it go, Daniel? There you go. No, and referencing back, because I want to reference that because they obviously won the championship. Those first 2 sets against Texas was 25-20, and I was watching how motivated y'all were. Like, I think one of the biggest advantages they had was they were platoon subbing like those really tall girls and made it really hard. But like, y'all were all about it. Like, the challenge that came at y'all, like, y'all weren't scared that it was Texas at all, and y'all were very fiery and y'all were talking. And so I've been able to see it firsthand. But on the outside of what's going on the court, the bench is very entertaining. What was your favorite performance of the year?
Oh my gosh, I feel like there are so many different reactions, and our team has seriously the most personality you may ever see. Like, our team is just like a melting pot of different personalities. It is the best thing ever. So between Bree's trip outs, Ella usually runs a lap around and she's like going like this, like everything's crazy. I can't even remember everybody else's cheers, but it's all so exciting because they have so much fun too, and they're just as much a part of the game as we are. And that's a really big part, because I think sometimes it's like, oh, well, yay, good job. But like, they're in it, and it's so fun because no matter what, they're ready to go. They're hyping everybody up, and they're having so much fun, which helps us have fun, helps us cheer.
Yeah, no doubt. Me and Daniel talk about it all the time, the importance of camaraderie in sports and just having your teammates back. So you definitely like it, especially sometimes maybe you just need to loosen up a little bit, right? And maybe you look over and see the girls, and it kind of takes that tension off in a big game. But what's your favorite match you played in this past season?
Oh, I'm trying to think. They all blend together. Why am I forgetting every game we've ever played?
It's honestly, a new season. You don't put it behind
you. I know. 30 plus games. Honestly, I think one of my favorite games that we played was at UK, because my whole family was there. So that was really cool to be able, because they don't get to come to a lot of games. Like I said, like at home, that community, they're always there. They were always at my games. Like my senior night, we had like 80 people. Like, it was ridiculous. They had their own section of the gym every single game in high school. Like, it was ridiculous. And so we went to UK, and there were 60, 70 of my family and friends there. And that was really cool because obviously you don't get to go home in season. Like, you get FaceTime calls, and, if they come down and visit, that's great. So just being able to see them and just talk to them and play in front of them, and to play against such a good team. I mean, UK ended up winning the SEC. And so just having that kind of competition, which while also being in front of your support system, means a lot.
Yeah, no doubt. And while you're on it, didn't they have their new arena this year?
Yeah, they did. So it was being renovated last year, I think. So this year we played in the new one, which I don't remember if there was AC, but there used to not be AC.
Gotcha.
Which is terrible.
Yeah, clutch. So this is a good question. When the team, how do you keep them locked in during momentum swings? Because I'm actually fascinated by this question, because volleyball reminds me of basketball in a way, since you played both, where you can go on a run real fast, and whether you're on the right or the wrong side of it, getting out of hand or going in a good way, how, do you contain yourself when the swings are going bad?
Yeah, so it's definitely a very big momentum game. So sometimes you lose a point, you blink, you lost 5. So it's those things of don't let them snowball on each other, because then all of a sudden you're in a hole and you're trying to dig yourself out. So I think one thing that we like to focus on is just take a deep breath. It's fine. Like if we're down by 2, it's a game to 2, then we're even. So little stuff like that of just, we don't have to get them all back right now. We just get this side out and then we start rolling from there. It doesn't have to be this, oh my gosh, we're down by 5, we have to come back. It doesn't have to be this big dramatic thing. It's, we side out here, we've done it a million times, and then we go from there. So just kind of breaking it down into mini games.
Yeah, makes sense. So this one I'm sure is excited because Ava knows everything and we don't know it. So what's your pregame ritual look like?
Literally, I do everything the exact same every single game. Like I might be one of the most superstitious
just
people.
Before the game, or is like even game day? You eat the same thing?
Practice, just a regular day. Like in high school, I would park in the same parking spot. I would get the same Jimmy John's Caesar salad wrap. Ava knows that one. And like different things. I don't have control over the meals now, but thankfully all the meals are good, so it doesn't really matter. Like I put my right sock on before my left. Everything is right and then left. And I have to do it in the exact same order. And if it doesn't feel right, I take it off. I untie it and I take it off and then I do it again. And like warming up my arms, it's like even if my arms are warm. What'd you say?
I said, you're 100% talking to yourself on the court. Like, you're not talking to other people. Trust me. Like, that is a level of, like.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Trust me. Like, I can appreciate the superstition and, like, the structure and, like, the schedule and, like, how, like, the day-to-day is supposed to flow. But taking your sock off because it didn't feel good when you put it on.
Aly, look, I don't frown upon this, and I'll tell you why. My favorite athlete is Russell Westbrook, and he changes shorts and shoes at halftime of every game. He eats the same. He has to have peanut butter and jelly sandwich before the game. Like I read this whole article on it. It's the misunderstood genius of him, and it was very similar to the way you do it. Everything's meticulous, and it's got to be a certain way. So I get it. I don't have any issue with it.
Mm-hmm.
See, Daniel just don't understand.
I get it, but at some point, you got to get out. You got to put your damn shoes on, Aly.
Yes, yeah.
You don't have time to be taking socks off 10, 15 times. I mean, what if you're sweaty? Like, what if it's humid outside? Like, everything's sticky. Like, it could be a long little process for you.
Yeah, good thing we get to the game like 5 hours early. I got time.
They made that rule for you. Usually they were getting there an hour early, but they were like, we gotta change something.
I know. It even goes back to like the night before. I wear the same thing before games if they're the next day.
There you go.
Some would call it OCD. I call it preparation.
Daniel, how's it any different than, for instance, in Omaha this year, the shirt that I'm wearing and the Black Jesus one shirt? I wore them every game because they won all season in them, and I wasn't going to change it, and stayed true. Like I had to just keep washing the same shirt over and over again.
I mean, truly, you shouldn't have washed it. I mean, by purist standpoint,
Ava will tell you how hot it was in Omaha one more time. If I didn't wash that shirt, there's no point in going because I'm not going to be able to survive my own smell, nor is anybody around me.
It was so hot.
Bro, those shirts look like you were swimming when you were done. There's no way.
It's ridiculous.
Anyway, speaking of Jesus, want to talk to you about your faith. How does your faith play a role in your sports life?
It's huge. I mean, obviously, it's an everyday thing in my regular life, but it's not an even bigger. But the emphasis is so much more in sports too, because it kind of helps you kind of take a step back and be like, everything, like if I pass this ball to target, it's not that big of a deal at the end of the day. Like it kind of like grounds me a little bit of if I had a bad day, it's okay. God had a plan for me. I had a bad day for a reason. Like little things like that of just I find comfort in it for sure, because it's something that I can always fall back on of if I'm unsure of something, if something's really good, something's really bad, regardless, it's for a reason. And I don't have to worry or be anxious about why did this happen? Why did that? All of those things, because in my head, I'm just like, okay, God's holding my hand the entire way through this. And whenever, like before a big game or something like that, I try to just close my eyes and pray, because then it just really calms my nerves and I know I'm not doing it by myself. Like everything is already played out. He already knows what's going to happen. So at that point, why worry about it? Because I just give it all to him and then I go from there. Like it's all for him and it's to show everybody who he is and everything. So why should I worry about it?
Absolutely. And, you know, it makes it because you're going to have bad games. You're going to lose games. Like, and that's the whole emphasis on the shirt, right? The message is like to remind you that regardless win or lose, you know, that he's already won. And because you're a follower of him, you know, you're on the winning side. So I love that you take that mindset, that you're able to use your faith as a part of your sports and, you know, your whole college life in general. Do you have any verses or rituals that keep you grounded for a game? Obviously, you just talk about prayer in general, but is there anything else? Do you have a verse that you go to?
Not a specific verse or anything. I just kind of, honestly, what I like to do is I just flip my Bible and then close my eyes, and whatever I point to, I feel like is his sign. And I'm a big sign person, so Ava knows this as well. I'll be like, if I'm meant to do this, if I'm meant to do that, give me a sign. That's actually how I ended up committing to LSU. I was like, God, please give me signs if I should go to LSU. There's not a lot of LSU stuff in the state of Indiana, but all of a sudden there were, and I was seeing it at every corner. And then I drove past a church with a sign outside that said, I mean, you asked for a sign, didn't you? And I was like, okay, Tanya, I'm going to be a Tiger. But like little stuff like that of just the little everyday things and just like having a conversation of, hey, God, like I'm pretty worried about this. Like, please guide me in what you think I should do or help me with my anxiety and strength for whatever comes next after this. So just like the little conversations and just like the random signs that I see out and about.
Yeah, no, I love that. And I do the random thing with the Bible as well. Sometimes, obviously, I have planned things, but if I don't, I'm the same way. Just, you know what? I'm going to open it, and wherever I land, that's where I'm meant to be.
Yes, for sure.
There any moments, you know, in your career maybe where, you know, things weren't, you know, or were kind of rocky and you really had to lean on your faith?
Yeah, I definitely think like freshman spring, everybody says it's really difficult, and it definitely was. And it was kind of like I'm trying so hard and all of those different things, and it's just not clicking or something like that. And so then I was like, God, like I'm really struggling, like help me out here. And then it just kind of helped itself. You know what I mean? Like it started to unfold and I started to see, okay, so this, like I said, everything happens for a reason. So I struggled through this and I'm a lot stronger now because of it. And little stuff like that of if I didn't have my faith and if I didn't know that there was a plan and this is why this happened, then who knows if I would have come out on the other end. Who knows how strong it would have made me in those different situations.
Yeah, no doubt. And so with that, my last question in regards to all the stuff regarding your faith in sports, is there anything that you would give, you know, advice from what you learned to an incoming athlete to stay strong in your faith and in competition?
Yeah, I think one thing that I have definitely learned is your schedule is jam-packed, like morning to night. Like you're jam-packed. You don't have, Ava knows, you don't have a lot of time to scroll on your phone, like do all these different things, but you always have 10-15 minutes to pray. Like if you have to wake up earlier, wake up earlier. If you have to set aside time, have a study break or whatever, set aside that time, because at the end of the day, it's what's going to get you through those long days. It's what's going to get you through those hard days. And it's a lot easier to have a relationship with God as you go along than just being like, God, I'm really struggling. I don't know what to do now. And it's already you got to start your relationship then. You know, it's really great to just build along and just stay really consistent with it, because I mean, throughout the season, I started going to a Bible study every Monday night at 8 p.m. And it was one of those things of like, my schedule was so crazy and I never really knew what the day was going to look like. And I'm looking at my teamwork. So I'm like, okay, so I don't really have much time and this day looks crazy. But I knew every day at Monday at 8 p.m. I was going to this house and I was going to Bible study. Like, it was one of those things that it really grounded me and it helped me stay consistent. And I really started to look forward to it because it was just such a big part of, like, it was Monday too. So it kind of set up my week, you know, and I got to talk to other female student athletes here at LSU and I really started to dive into it. So I feel like my faith, obviously I went to Catholic school, kindergarten through senior year, but I feel like it grew immensely since leaving that environment and getting here.
Yeah, real quick before you go, Ava, a note that I want to share with you. So each month, anybody who uses our code for the shirts, we pick a different ministry each month. And this one, this check that'll be coming in, Mick Paul and Derek Curriell from LSU chose to do the church that's on campus there because Mick, same thing as you were just talking about, started at the Bible studies there, and then some of the other guys from the team started there, and so they wanted it to go back into LSU's campus to the church. So just something I thought I'd tell you about.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Okay, Aly, I have some quick personality questions for you, carefully curated by yours truly. You're welcome. So we are going to start off with your favorite pregame song.
Best Love Song by T-Pain. It's like blaring in my AirPods. I'm like over in the corner.
That's the song me and my wife came out to at our wedding.
Really? It's like one of my favorite songs. Like before every practice, in my car as I'm walking to the gym, I'm like, every single time. And it has to be the last song. Well, that song, but also Bad Decisions by Ariana Grande. Ava knows that one. I put her on, but that's always the last song before we get off the bus. It has to be. And again, if it's not timed right, I restart it. Another superstition.
There you go.
So you are a big smoothie girl. So what is your smoothie order?
A sunrise sunset from Tropical Smoothie. It's like my favorite thing. I think I go maybe 3 or 4 times a day.
Wow.
She really
or not a day, a week. Ooh.
I was gonna say
that was a little crazy. A little crazy. I don't have money for that.
So your favorite SEC area arena to play in is
the PMAC.
Good answer.
Duh.
I'm a little biased, but
she's an Ever Bowl girl. So what is your acai order?
Oh my gosh, an acai bowl, a peanut butter acai bowl with the granola, the peanut butter, strawberries, bananas, and extra strawberries instead of the blueberries. And
then the last and final question from me is your favorite musical and your favorite song from it.
Ava knows this from our drives. Wicked and Dancing Through Life. We blare that song in the car. It's great.
I don't do musicals. The only one I did that I actually found decent was when I watched Hamilton with my daughter. That's about it.
Yeah, it's the only one that I've actually ever seen, but I really liked it.
I mean, you can't go wrong. I mean, obviously, in a few months, you're going to get a taste of the second part of Wicked. And
okay, so we actually went to see Jurassic Park last night, some of the girls, and I was sitting next to AC, and they played the trailer for Wicked. We were screaming the entire time. We were squeezing each other. We had to send a video to Bailey Ortega. We were like, Bailey, we're at the movie theaters and we just watched the Wicked for Good trailer, and you need to be here when it comes out. We're going to see it together. I think AC and I cried during the trailer, actually.
So you're telling us about Wicked, but I need to know the important question. Was Jurassic Park good?
It was really good. Well, it was actually really scary. So I've never seen a Jurassic Park movie in my life. I didn't even watch the trailer. I didn't know, like, people die. I thought it was like, oh yeah, dinosaurs.
So check this out, Daniel. My wife is such a hater because I think Scarlett Johansson is the hottest woman on the planet. She's like, it's not even going to be a good movie because she's in it, and they're just trying to sell her. Such a hater.
It was a great movie. I definitely recommend. I, again, was screaming the entire time, and I may or may not have cried at the end.
You need to go back and at least, you don't need to watch like the 5 in between. Daniel will agree, but you should go back and watch the original at least. It's classic.
Okay. Ava and I will watch that next movie night.
Break out the VCR, Daniel.
Gotta search deep to find that one. But you know, I had a little, or heard a rumor that you're a big Formula One IndyCar fan. Is that?
Yeah.
Obviously, being, you know, Indianapolis 500 is probably near and dear to the community that you live in. But what is it about drinking milk? Like, what is the big deal about that? Like, I don't.
Well,
of all things that I would want to drink after being cooped in a race car, it's definitely not milk.
Daniel was so ready for this. Last night he was talking about kissing bricks and drinking milk.
I'm telling you, like, I don't understand these traditions. Help me understand.
That's amazing. I actually asked my mom the same question this year. So this past year was the 109th running, I believe. Maybe 108th. I started going the 100th, and I've only missed one since. So I've been going for a decent amount of time. And I asked my mom this year, I was like, Mom, don't you think that being in the car that long, the milk would be disgusting? She's like, I think that's the last thing they're thinking about. Like, really, they're so exhausted. They're like, they had just won. They don't really care about the milk. But I guess it's like an Indiana thing because, you know, everybody only thinks we're cornfields and farms and stuff, which I promise there's more than that. A little bit. But
what if you're like lactose intolerant? Like, what if you have a milk allergy? Like, do they make exceptions, or you like just you just can't win?
If I'm gonna die,
actually, when I asked my mom this question, I guess there was a winner like a while ago who it was like against his religion to drink milk, so he was like exempt from it. So I guess if you're lactose intolerant, you're like, oh no, it's okay. Or maybe they drink it anyways. I don't know.
What religion doesn't drink milk? I'm intrigued. That's something I'm gonna look up later.
All right.
Yeah, I think I'm right on that.
Why are they kissing bricks? Is it just because it's the start finish line and like it's the end? Like,
it's the tradition. Yeah, I guess it's like anybody who goes and visits, they kiss it too. I haven't. I think that's disgusting. Like all the tar on there. Absolutely not.
I mean, all the mouths.
that too. Again, I think that's like the last thing they're thinking about. They just won like the Olympics of racing. So
well, you've answered my questions. Now we got to get into the game. You want to play a little game?
Of course, always. Only if I win.
Well, I don't think you can lose. I'll tell you that. You can't really lose in this game.
I don't know, debatable. Some people have botched these lists to where I'd say they lost.
So we're gonna do blind rankings. Have you heard of blind rankings? Have you done blind rankings before?
I have. I think Ava and I blind ranked Wicked soundtrack.
Yes, we did.
Okay.
She's been training for this.
This is my moment.
What's your number 1 and number 2 on that ranking?
Well, so Dancing Through Life is number 1, but you know, it kind of depends on the day if 2 or 3 is Wizard and I or Defying Gravity.
Yes.
Jamie, you know what I watched today?
What about Popular? I want to be popular.
Only if it's the version you're singing.
Easter.
Daniel, you know these songs.
What'd you say, Ava?
I told them that I made you listen to it like 4 times in our 4-hour road trip back to my house for Easter.
And we hit that high note every single time.
Every time.
That's a tough note.
Don't ask me to do it. I'm not warmed up yet.
I have a 7-year-old, Jim. That's how I
still can't believe you're singing. Look, man. No, hey, the one I watched today, I need to send it to you. It was blind ranking top 5 or the 5 Disney World rides in order?
I mean, I don't think I've ridden enough rides to be able to give you a true top 5. But Aly, for you, we got a special top 5 blind rankings.
Okay.
IndyCar drivers.
This is my game.
Here we go.
This is the first time I've ever seen a list, and I don't know anybody on it.
First one. All right. This is an easy one. Scott McLaughlin.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go. This is actually really a hot take because not many people are happy with Team Penske right now. I'd say number 3.
Yeah, I had a feeling you were going to go 3. I mean, that just seems to be a good start for everybody. All right. You got McLaughlin at number 3. Alex Palou.
5.
5? Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
That was quick too, boy.
He wins too much. I'm like, bro, let somebody else win.
All right. Next one. Joseph Newgarden.
2. That's his number, but 2. I actually really like him. That's also a hot take. He's not having a great season, but he'll get there.
Daniel, I got a hot take for you. There's going to be a listener on this show that's going to be like, dude, she plays kickball and she likes racing. I'm going to hit up Ava and see if I can get the number because, I mean, she's got the
Let me know. She's tagged in my Instagram, guys.
I'm all over her Instagram. Don't you worry.
All right. Next one. Scott Dixon.
4.
Ooh.
Honestly, 6. I know that's not an answer, but yeah.
All right, so I'll go ahead and fill in this last one.
Mine's Brad Pitt from the new movie. Let's go. Number 1.
I heard from a lot of people that's one of their favorite movies of all time, and that's
all time.
Yeah, I mean
that's bold.
That's a hot take. I texted Ava last night that I need to go see it because it's about racing.
I don't know if he could ever beat out Top Gun Maverick though.
Literally never.
I love that movie.
Well, let me tell you, since you brought that up, I know I'm doing a tangent now, Daniel, but y'all have done a lot of talking. Look, as somebody who was in the Navy and the original Top Gun was everything, I was mad that they were making a remake, Ava. I was so mad. I was like,
really?
So many times the sequel years later is terrible. Yeah. And then I watched that and I looked at my wife and I was like, I think it was better than the first one. And she goes, really? And I was like, really? And she goes, you were so mad they made that. And I was like, I know. I was like, they nailed this.
I wanted to hate it.
And the first one's so good.
The first one is so good.
I literally watched it last week twice.
It's pretty epic. All right. Well, I filled in your number 1 with initials. I'm going to see if you can guess who your number 1 is.
Pato!
Pato. Yeah.
I love Pato Award. They have like a little documentary of like 100 days to Indy. So the 100 days leading up to the Indy 500. And ever since I saw him and like learned about him and everything on that show, he's my guy.
I mean, you got Pato number 1, Joseph 2, you got Scott McLaughlin 3, you got Scott Dixon 4, and then you got your boy Alex Palou 5. Because he wins too much. But Scott Dixon honestly should be at 6.
Yep.
You're not a big fan of him either. Well, I mean, hey, that's decently ranked. I mean, I'm not a huge, Formula One fan, but I mean, I've heard of a few of those, and I would say you're pretty on point. I don't think there would be a whole lot of disagreements in the inner circles, but I'm sure if you get some really, racing purists, they'll probably want to pick it apart. But
I'll ask my dad what he thinks about the list, and then I'll really hear.
Oh,
they'll probably be sitting in the Kirkhoff family group chat with all the aunts and uncles, all the cousins. We all go to the Indy 500 together. We get like 80 tickets. So every year, they've been going since my dad was, I think my dad's been going since he was like 5 or
We've done 18. I think it's 18 now, Daniel. Different sports. We've literally done everything, like swimming, golf, tennis, whatever. Daniel, the only thing we probably haven't had is a driver. That's about it.
That would be cool.
Well, maybe you could get Pato Award and then you could hook me up.
I mean, if we can get Pato, like we're doing big things. Jim's got a lot of reach.
You've challenged me before and I've came through.
Hey, all he can say is no, or leave you unread. Aly, we're gonna let you bounce. We appreciate your time. Obviously, we had a blast hanging out and getting to know you tonight and getting your story out there. But before you leave, anything you want to plug or promote?
I think just thank you guys so much for taking the time and doing this. I want everybody to come out to the volleyball games this year. We have a talented group, so it should be a lot of fun, and y'all have fun if you come and watch for sure.
It was already there. You can check it out. It's loaded. Let's see, Daniel. Before you cut it loose, I'm gonna tell everybody what I would go to, because you obviously got to go to the PMAC, like she said. Ooh, Florida comes to town. We love to hate Florida, Daniel. Kentucky comes, which is a great team. Let's see. Ooh, Texas comes back. Oh yeah, we got some good ones there. Ole Miss, a lot of teams to love to hate.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be loaded. It's gonna be fun. But Aly, we appreciate your time and we wish you the best of luck. If there's anything we can do for you, obviously reach out to us.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Absolutely. That is Aly Kirkhoff, everybody. If you like hearing Aly's story or you just like hearing us average Joes talk X's and O's, please share the podcast on Facebook. Head over to X. You can retweet us or re-X us, whatever you want to call it. Head over to YouTube, subscribe, notifications. That's the way you know when new content is dropped. Jim, stacked week this week. What's on the plate? What do we got? Anything left? What are we doing?
We got to head to Oxford to talk to Hudson Calhoun next, and then we're going to head over to Vanderbilt with Talon Haley. So we're getting around the SEC.
I mean, it's a jam-packed week. Appreciate you, Jim. Appreciate you, Ava. And appreciate everybody for tuning in. As always, remember, strong body, sharp minds, grit and grind all the time. We are out.